Hi everybody, I'm Pia from Stitches and Scraps. Today I'm going to show you how to make this classic cable design that has a twisted central column of 2 stitches with a border of a single stitch column on either side. I used this cable design with some more plain stitches in between the 2 cables for this Classic Cables Tote Bag. This is bag number 5 in the 2022 Bag Along Crochet Along, and you can find the pattern if you look in the description on this video. For this tutorial, I'll be using Mighty Stitch worsted weight yarn from We Crochet, which they provided for that bag design. We start from a base of half double crochets for the first row, which I've already done right here. Let's go ahead and jump into row 2. So row 2 is a wrong side row because it starts from the left, and we're going to start with a chain 1 and then in this case 2 half double crochets because I'm just making a small swatch. Now if you're doing this cable inside of a larger pattern, you're going to do as many half double crochets as you need to get to the place where you want to put your cable in. I've zoomed in a little so you can see it closer. The next stitch we're working is a back post double crochet around the post of the stitch below it. So this is tricky on the first row that you're doing the cable to find which stitch you go into. What I like to do is look at the posts of the stitch underneath. You've worked 2 stitches, right? This stitch goes with this post here. This stitch goes with this post here, so this stitch, the next one we would work into, goes with this post right here. So we're going to do our back post double crochet around this stitch. Now for back post, you do your yarn over, you come in from the back to the front, and then around the post and out the back again. And you know you've done it right if everything is at the back of your work. Your working yarn, your hook, everything is at the back of your work. Yarn over and pull up a loop, okay? Now you have 3 loops on your hook. You can finish your double crochet like normal. Yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Now why did we do a back post? Well, because we're on the wrong side, so that makes it stick out on the front side. Now we do a half double crochet and then 2 more back post double crochets. So we've worked around this stitch already, right? This hole goes with this post. So we've already worked this stitch. The next stitch goes here. So we do our half double crochet there, and then we're going to do 2 more back post double crochets around the next 2 stitches. So from back to front, out the back again, back post double crochet, and then immediately again in the very next stitch, back post double crochet. So now that's these 2 stitches that we've used up. So the next stitch goes here, and the next stitch is a half double crochet, and then 1 more back post double crochet for this cable. I've actually got 2 copies of the cable on this chart, one here and one here, with any number of stitches we want in between the 2 of them. Okay, so I am right here on the chart now to do my last back post double. Okay. Now, see that little repeat symbol there, that little bracket? That means you can repeat this stitch, and in this case, repeat it as much as you want to get to the next place where you want a cable column. Okay, so in this case, I've done 3 stitches in between my cables, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. So I've repeated that 1 stitch. I've done it 3 times. Okay, so worked it once and then repeated it twice more. All right, so this is the foundation now of our first cable. We have 1 single column here, 1 double column here, and 1 single column here. Now we're going to do that again for our second cable. So it is back post, half double, back post, half double, back post. So back post, half double, back post, half double and then back post, half double and then back post, and then that brings us down to the last 2 stitches of the row, 1 and 2. Okay, so now when we turn this over, you will see that we've set up our cables, 2 different sets of cables here. We have 1 cable here, we have 1 cable here, and then we have 3 stitches in between just to separate them a bit. Obviously, if you're making a larger pattern like the bag that I showed you, you're going to have more stitches in between. You might have more stitches on the end. This is just for this swatch. So let's move on to row 3. Row 3 is a right side row, so now we're going to be working front post stitches. So chain 1 and turn your work. And these 2 edge stitches are always going to be half double crochets, so we'll do our first 2 half double crochets. Now the cable gets easier because now you can see these post stitches where you made your back post on the other side, right? So now we're just going to work all of these around the posts of the stitches below them, around the posts that are already sticking out, so they're really easy to find. So this one is a front post double crochet. See how the little tail goes the opposite way? When it looks like a C, like this, my friend Lindsay told me this, and I won't forget it now. When it looks like a letter C, that means a back post, because a back post has the letter C in it. When it's the opposite of a letter C, that's a front post, because front does not have the letter C in it. Now this is a front post double crochet, so we yarn over, we insert our hook from front to back, and then up out the front again. Okay, everything's now in front. I yarn over and pull up a loop and finish my stitch. So that's a front post double crochet, and it sticks out to the front. So now after that one, I do my half double crochet. Make sure to look behind there and don't work into the stitch that you just worked around. You're going to go into the next one. And now we get into the fun part, which is the cross. So take a look at this. This shows you that you're doing treble crochets because there's 2 little bars there. So this is the stitch that comes next, but it's worked into the stitch ahead of it. So we skip this one and we work this stitch. This one, notice that it's coming back into the skipped stitch, but it's coming back over the other one. Do you see how that's open behind there? Let me zoom way in here. There we go. Do you see how the line is broken on this one? That means that that's behind that stitch. So zooming back out, we're going to skip this stitch, then we're going to put this front post treble into the next stitch. So skip this stitch, yarn over twice for your front post treble, go around the post of this stitch the same way you did for a front post double, yarn over and pull up a loop. Now we finish just like for a treble, yarn over and pull through 2, 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now that's leaning a little bit because we skipped a stitch, right? Now we're going to work the next one over the top of this one. So again, yarn over twice. We're going to go into this stitch that we skipped, just like this, and we're going in front of this. We're not trying to maneuver behind it. We're going in front of this one. So go around this stitch, pull up your loop, and finish your treble. Now notice how this is sitting in front of the one that we did before. So that makes our little X. Okay, next thing we do is a half double and then another front post treble. So skip 2 back here and we go into the next one. Half double and then a front post treble around the post here that we did before. Ooh, there we go. Front post double. Did I say treble? I meant double. There we go. So now we've got double, okay, across a front post trebles. You might actually hear that called a treble crochet cross at some point in some patterns. And then another front post double to make our columns on the side. Now again on this, I've repeated this, I've done this 3 times, so I'm going to work with 3 half double crochets. So 1, 2, 3 to get me to the next column of cables that I'm working. So we start with a front post double around this front post double, then we do a half double crochet in the next stitch, and then we've got our two, right? Our two side-by-side post stitches. So this is where we do our cross. So trebles, because we're making them lean, okay? And then around the post, skip this one, go around the second one, and finish your treble. And then come back and work into that one. So yarn over twice, go around the post, we're working in front of the previous stitch that we made, and we're finishing our treble. So that's the cross. Then another half double, and again we skip the two stitches behind where we made our cross, so half double in here. And then another front post double around this last post here. And then we should have two stitches left at the end, 1 and 2. So you can sort of see your crosses now, but they still look a little bit lumpy. They will even out in the next round or next row when we pick them up and work them straight again. So the next row, it's a repeat of row 2. It's the same thing as row 2, except what we're working into. Because in row 2, we were working into just regular half doubles, right? On row 4, we're working into the post stitches we made before that. So it's a little bit easier, but it's the same pattern as this one. So again, we're looking at, because these make letter C's, we're looking at back post stitches all the way across on this row. And we're only working back post doubles, no crosses or anything. So basically, we're going to half double crochet into all the half double crochets, and we're going to back post double crochet into all of the post stitches. So start with a chain 1, half double crochet in these first 2 stitches. Now we've reached a post stitch, so we're going to back post double crochet around that post, and then we do a half double crochet. Oh look, another post stitch. Now be careful that you get these in order. Don't let them twist on you like this, okay? You want to make sure that you're getting this stitch when you do your back post double, and then the next stitch with the next back post double, just like that. Now you half double into the half double, back post double around the post stitch. This is a half double, so we half double into it, and there's 3 of them. Now we reach another cable, so we go back post around the cable. There's a half double, so we half double into that. There's another cable. These are the 2 that are side by side, so we go back post and back post. Then there's another half double, the last back post, and 2 more half doubles. Now you can see how much more that has popped those X's out, right? Because it took the tails of the X and pulled them out straight. So now we've got that little cross going on there. And there's that little cross going on there. Now all we need to do is repeat the last 2 rows that we've done for however long we want this cable pattern to go. So I'm going to do it one more time through with you, one more time through a repeat of row 3 and a repeat of row 4. So row 3 is a right side row. We're doing front post everything, chain 1, turn, half double into the half doubles, front post double crochet around this post, half double into this half double, and now we need to do a cross. So 2 yarn overs for a treble, front post around the second post stitch, 2 yarn overs for a treble, front post it around the first post stitch. Then we have another half double, so we do a half double into that. And then another single column post stitch here, so we just do a front post double into that. There's our 3 half doubles in between our columns. And we repeat that procedure again. So front post around this single post, front post double. There's that half double, so we do a half double into that. Now we've got our cross, so we're going to treble, front post around the second one, 2 yarn overs for a treble, front post around the first one that we skipped. There's another half double. Our last post here, which is a straight column, so we just do a front post double, and then our last 2 stitches. And the back row, row 4, is very easy. We chain 1 and turn, half double crochet wherever we have a half double crochet. And then when we hit a post stitch, which you can tell because you feel it raised on the back, but also because you see that little skip stitch there, right? It looks different than that one. So when we hit a post stitch, we do a back post double crochet around it. That's a half double, so it gets a half double. Here's our 2 posts side by side, so we make sure we're getting the right post, and we do a back post double and another back post double. Now we have a half double. Here we have a back post double. And then we're in our center portion with the 3 half doubles. Okay, single column border here gets a back post double, half double there. Our cross gets 2 back post doubles. Another half double in between. And then our single column on the end gets another back post double. And we're left with our 2 last stitches at the end of the row. And that's how you make this classic cabled stitch pattern. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, or leave me a comment. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more great videos. Thanks for watching.